Let's face it, we've all bought things we didn't plan to buy. You walk into a store for toothpaste and come out with candles, snacks, a Bluetooth speaker, and somehow a hoodie. It's not a coincidence. Sellers design every inch of your experience to make you spend more, without you even realizing it. And the scary part is, the best tricks don't feel like tricks at all. Today, we're diving into the hidden techniques sellers use to hijack your brain, guide your choices, and make you want to give them your money. Let's begin with one of the most powerful but invisible tools in the sales world: anchoring. Imagine a product that costs $500. Feels expensive, right? But now imagine that product sitting next to a nearly identical version priced at $1,200. Suddenly, $500 feels like a steal. That's anchoring in action. It sets a high mental starting point so everything else feels cheap by comparison, even when it's still overpriced. High-end stores use this all the time. They put the absurdly expensive items at the front of the store, not because they expect you to buy them, but because they make the rest of the store feel like a bargain. Another classic is the scarcity and urgency trick. You've seen this one: only 2 left, or offer ends in 3 hours. Even if you weren't interested before, your brain starts panicking. What if I miss out? Suddenly, the product goes from maybe later to I need this now. This works because scarcity lights up the same part of the brain that responds to survival threats. Creates stress, and salespeople know that stressed customers are impulsive customers. But it's not always panic. Sometimes they use comfort and identity instead. Good sellers don't sell you a product. They sell you a version of yourself. Think about it, you're not just buying sneakers. You're buying the version of you who's fit, stylish, admired. Luxury brands don't sell handbags, they sell status. That's why lifestyle marketing is so effective. Paints a picture of who you'll become if you make the purchase. And when that image is just close enough to what you want, you start thinking, this isn't just a product, this is me. Then there's personalization, and this one's getting scary good. Every time you click, scroll, or linger on a page, algorithms are watching. They track what you like, what you hate, how long you look at a product, and even what color catches your eye. Then they show you exactly what you're most likely to buy, not because it's the best product, but because they've learned what you can't resist. Feels like coincidence. It's not. It's data-driven manipulation. Let's talk about free offers, the buy one, get one free kind of deals. These are psychological landmines. Your brain sees the word free, and suddenly all logic shuts off. You weren't planning to buy socks, but now you're getting 2 pairs for the price of 1. You'd be stupid not to, right? But what's really happening is that you're spending money you never intended to spend. And often, the price of the one item is quietly inflated to cover the cost of the free one. Now let's go deeper: price framing. This is subtle but deadly. Let's say a product costs $60. That's a tough sell. But instead, the seller says only $5 a month. Suddenly, it feels cheap. Your brain focuses on the smaller number, even though over time it adds up to more. Car dealers and phone companies do this all the time. They don't sell the car. They sell $299/month. And people sign up without ever calculating the full cost. Then there's visual hierarchy and placement. Did you know products placed at eye level sell more? Or that the most profitable items are usually placed on the right-hand side, because most people are right-handed and naturally drift that way. Stores are mapped like mazes, and your behavior inside them is tracked like a lab rat's. It's not random. Every shelf, every light, every scent. It's a science of persuasion. Speaking of scent, let's talk about multisensory priming. Some stores pump in smells: fresh bread, new leather, even ocean breeze. Not for comfort, but for conversion. Scent triggers memory and emotion faster than any other sense. And when you're in a good mood, you're less resistant to spending. Combine that with music set to the perfect tempo, lighting that makes products pop, and suddenly, you're buying with your feelings, not your logic. Testimonials and reviews are another brilliant trick. We like to think we make decisions independently, but we're wired to follow the crowd. If 3,000 people gave a product 5 stars, we assume it must be good. Even if we don't know those people. Even if they're bots. Social proof is one of the most effective persuasion tools ever invented, and it's terrifyingly easy to fake. Let's not forget loss aversion. People fear losing something more than they enjoy gaining it. So smart sellers don't just tell you what you'll get. They show you what you'll miss out on if you don't buy. Don't lose this opportunity. Limited slots available. It turns a regular offer into a psychological ultimatum. The sale becomes a threat, and that pressure drives action. Now here's one most people miss: questions that assume the sale. Instead of saying, "Would you like to buy this?" a seller asks, "Would you prefer the red or the black version?" Suddenly, you're not thinking if you want it, you're choosing which one you want. This small shift in framing forces your brain into a buying mindset. It's sneaky, but it works. Storytelling is also a master trick. People don't buy facts. They buy stories. A handmade scarf isn't just wool. It's a story of an old woman in the Alps weaving through winter nights. That chocolate bar isn't just candy. It's 70% cacao, hand-harvested from ethical farms in Ecuador. Stories add meaning, and meaning justifies price. If you can tie a product to an emotional narrative, it becomes more than just a thing, it becomes part of a legacy. Another trick: overwhelming you with options, and then simplifying them. This is called decision fatigue. Too many choices stress the brain. Once you're overloaded, the seller steps in and says, "Most people choose this one." And just like that, you say yes. Not because it's best, but because it's easiest. And here's a weird one mirroring your behavior. Skilled salespeople subtly mimic your tone, posture, or energy level. Why? Because we like people who seem like us. It builds trust instantly. You feel understood, and when you feel understood, you buy. Finally, there's the silent close. It's not about pressure. It's about comfort. After they've pitched the offer, they stay silent. Humans hate awkward pauses. And in that silence, you start talking yourself into the deal. That's when they know they've got you. The more you learn about selling, the more you realize buying is rarely a logical decision. It's emotional, it's impulsive, and it's carefully crafted by people who know exactly how to press your buttons. But once you become aware of the game, you start to see it. You begin to slow down. You ask why you're really drawn to something, and whether it's your choice or theirs. And that's the real power. Not to never buy anything, but to know why you're buying. Because the best sellers don't sell products. They sell feelings. And when you understand that, you stop being the target and start becoming the strategist.